Bale, Benzema, Cristiano Ronaldo. Real Madrid's unstoppable force until July 10th, 2018, when the whole world fell apart. In 2014, Real Madrid had everything: league dominance, Champions League glory, and three forwards who terrified defenses across Europe: Bale, Benzema, and Cristiano Ronaldo. The BBC. They didn't just score goals, they broke systems. They bullied fullbacks, they won trophies. But what if it never ended? What if the BBC never split up? Would Real Madrid have dominated Europe even longer? Would Bale have fulfilled his true potential? Would Benzema have stayed in Ronaldo's shadow forever? Let's rewind history, and while we're at it, let's rewrite it. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure to hit the button today, because you're not going to want to miss when we make a new video. The BBC was built on chemistry and chaos. Cristiano Ronaldo was the unstoppable goal machine. Gareth Bale was the speed demon, a winger with thunder in his left foot. And of course, Benzema was the glue. He was intelligent, he was unselfish, and he was always in the right place. Together, they gave defenders nightmares. In their first season, they scored 97 goals combined. By 2016, they already lifted 2 Champions Leagues. They weren't just teammates, they were an equation that worked. So why did it fall apart? By 2018, the cracks were showing. Bale struggled with injuries, and with Zidane. Ronaldo wanted a new challenge and more recognition. Benzema, he was overlooked, but always loyal to Real Madrid. Then came the summer that changed everything. Ronaldo left for Juventus. Bale was supposed to step up, but Zidane had already lost faith. And Benzema, he transformed. But what if none of that happened? Let's say Real Madrid held it together. Ronaldo saves. No move to Juve. Zidane smooths things out with Bale, and Benzema continues as the connector and the supporting striker. From 2018 to 2021, the squad is even more stacked. Modric, Kroos, and Casemiro still run the midfield, Varane and Ramos still hold the back, and Courtois takes over in goal. Vinicius and Rodrigo develop slowly, but they're not rushed. The BBC continues to fire. Ronaldo keeps chasing Messi. Bale stays injury-free under better management, and Benzema keeps sacrificing for the better good of the team. Could they have beaten that insane Liverpool side in 2019? Gone toe-to-toe with Pep City in 2020? Avoid the trophyless dip in the post-Ronaldo years? Honestly, yes. In this alternate reality, Zidane adjusts tactics. Bale stays wide right, stretch and play. Cristiano operates more centrally, finishing everything, and Benzema drops deep, linking in with Modric and Kroos. They don't press like Klopp's Liverpool. They don't tiki-taka like Pep City, but they destroy you in transition. Long balls and ruthless counters. It's Real Madrid at their most lethal. Direct, quick, and cold-blooded. With BBC still intact, Madrid doesn't miss a beat post-2018. They likely win La Liga in 2020 and maybe even push for another Champions League final. But remember, this is Real Madrid. They live for knockout football. If the BBC stays together, everything changes. Cristiano Ronaldo never leaves. He pushes for a 6th UCL with Madrid, and maybe winning a Ballon d'Or in the process. Gareth Bale gets redemption. No loan to Spurs, fewer injuries under better rotation, and a legacy that remains intact. However, for Benzema, he's going to start delaying in his peak, because he doesn't become the main man until much later, or maybe never at all. It's also important to remember the young talents like Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo, who won't be able to break out early. Maybe Madrid doesn't even sign Hazard. It's a whole different environment. Here's the harsh truth. Even in this fantasy, the BBC couldn't stay intact forever. Bale's body might still break down. Ronaldo's hunger for new challenges will still be there. But Benzema, at some point, needs to become the star. So maybe the split still comes, but later, on their terms, and with more trophies. Maybe Ronaldo leaves in 2021, not 2018. And maybe Bale goes out as a hero, not a pawn in the system. Maybe Benzema takes over at the right moment, with no shadow over him. The BBC wasn't just a front three, it was an error. They were a trio that combated MSN. And like all great things in football, it ended too soon. But for a few magical seasons, they were unstoppable. And if they stayed together just a little longer, we might be talking about them as the greatest trio of all time. Not just for what they won, but for what they could have become. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more from our channel, make sure you subscribe for more football what-ifs and stories that rewrite the game. And just remember, sometimes the best football stories are the ones that never happened. As always, I'm Aiden Castro. See you tomorrow.